The bus smells like metal and fear. 30 of you, wrists cuffed, ankles shackled, sitting in rows on hard plastic seats, watching a city you might not see again for years slide past steel mesh windows. Nobody is talking. Not because there's nothing to say, because this is the moment it becomes real. The judge's words, the sentence, the number of years attached to your name that you've been carrying in your chest since the day they said it out loud. All of it was abstract until now, until this bus, until this road, until you see the first fence in the distance, then the second, then the razor wire, then the wall. And something happens in your body that no one warned you about. Not panic, not tears, just stillness. A complete and total stillness. Like the part of you that used to make plans, just quietly stopped. The bus pulls into a parking lot. Armed guards approach from both sides. They don't rush. They've done this before. A fence opens. The bus moves inside, and the fence closes behind you. And that sound, the mechanical click of a lock sealing shut behind 30 people who are no longer free, is a sound you will never forget for the rest of your life. They call it R&D, receiving and discharge. You will learn later that everything in here has an acronym. Everything has a system. Everything has a process designed to move bodies through space efficiently. You are a body now, not a person, a body with a number. They take your clothes, every item inventoried, every personal belonging documented, then mailed home, or donated, or destroyed. The wedding ring, the watch, the wallet with the photo inside, gone. You stand for a strip search. There is no privacy here. There never will be again. You run your fingers through your hair. You open your mouth. You follow every instruction exactly as given because you already understand, without anyone telling you, that this is not a place where resistance is rewarded. They hand you clothes, a uniform in a color that marks you immediately as someone who belongs to the state. You put it on, and the person you were before you walked through those doors begins to feel very far away. They fingerprint you. They photograph you. They issue you an ID card with your number on it. You must carry this card at all times, in the dining hall, at the commissary, at every checkpoint. You are no longer your name. You are that number. And then they put you in a holding cell to wait, for hours. Just wait. When they finally move you, you walk through a series of doors. Each one requires the one before it to close before the next one opens. No two doors open at the same time. This is called a sallyport. You will pass through many of them, every single day for however long you are here. And then you hear it, before you see it. The sound of general population, voices, metal on metal, a television somewhere, footsteps on concrete, the ambient noise of hundreds of men living in a space that was never designed for comfort. You step through the final door, and the block opens up around you. Tiers of cells stacked 2 or 3 high, a common area below, tables bolted to the floor, men moving or not moving, or watching you from the moment you appear. And this is the moment nobody prepares you for, the assessment. Every person in that room is reading you. Before you say a single word, before you look at anyone, before you take your first step into the space they have already decided whether you are someone to leave alone or someone to test. Your job in this moment is to walk like you know where you're going, even though you have no idea where you're going. Head up, eyes forward, not aggressive, not afraid, just present. Because the ones who look afraid become targets, and on your first day, you cannot afford to be a target. Nobody hands you a manual. Nobody sits you down and explains how this world works. You figure it out by watching, by listening, by paying very close attention to the things that happen around you, and asking yourself why. The TV room has assigned seats. Not officially, not in any document you'll ever be shown, but everyone knows. Invisible lines drawn on the floor, divided by something unspoken that you figure out quickly. If you sit in the wrong seat, someone will tell you, not politely. You don't ask anyone why they're here. You don't ask how long they have left. You don't listen to conversations that aren't directed at you. You don't stare. You don't borrow without asking. You don't touch what isn't yours. You don't owe anyone anything. Because debt in here is not paid with money. It's paid with compliance. And compliance leads to places you cannot come back from. You don't cut in line. Not for food, not for the phone, not for the shower, not for anything. Because the line is one of the few things in here that everyone agrees on. And if you break the agreement, even accidentally, even on your first day, the response is immediate, and it is not a conversation. They assign you a bunk. You don't choose it. You don't choose your cellmate. You don't choose anything. You take what they give you, and you make it work. The cell is smaller than you imagined, even if you imagined it small. Smaller than that. A bunk, a toilet, a sink, a shelf. That's it. You make your bed with the items they gave you. 2 blankets, 2 sheets, a pillowcase, a washcloth. You arrange your few allowed items on the shelf, and then you sit on the edge of your bunk in a room the size of a bathroom, and you look at the ceiling, and the ceiling looks back. Your cellmate may or may not speak to you. If he does, you listen more than you talk. You don't tell him your whole story. You don't ask for his. You let things develop slowly, or not at all, because trust in here is not given. It is earned, over months, sometimes over years. And even then, you keep something back, because this is not a place built for trust. This is a place built for survival. The first meal. You follow the line. You take the tray they hand you. You find a seat. Not any seat, the right seat. You already know from the TV room that seating is not casual here. So you look. You read the room. You find a space that doesn't belong to anyone obvious, and you sit. You eat. You don't talk to anyone you don't know yet. You don't make eye contact that lingers. You eat your food, whatever it is, however it tastes, because food in here is fuel. It is not an experience. It is not comfort. It is calories and time combined. Around you, the dining hall moves like a machine. Hundreds of people, each in their own lane, each following rules that were never written down, but govern everything. And you watch it all, and you absorb it, because the faster you understand how this place works, the better your chances of getting through it. Count time. They count inmates multiple times a day. You will learn the schedule. You will organize your life around it. But tonight, the first night, you don't know the schedule yet. You just know that a guard walks the tier, calling out numbers, and you stand beside your bunk, and you answer. Then the lights go down. Not all the way. Never all the way. There is always light in here. Always a glow from somewhere. Always the sound of someone talking or coughing or moving or just existing a few feet away from you. You lie on your bunk. You stare at the ceiling, and the thoughts come. Not dramatically, just steadily. The people you won't see tomorrow. The places you won't go. The version of your life that was happening before this, that is continuing right now without you in it. Your family is somewhere tonight, going through the motions of an evening with a space in it where you used to be. And you are here, in a room the size of a bathroom, with a number instead of a name, with a ceiling that has nothing to offer, except a surface to stare at. The first night is the longest. Everyone who has ever been through this says the same thing. The first night is the longest.
A week passes, then two, and something shifts. Not dramatically, not suddenly, just quietly. You start to know things. Which guard leaves at 6, which hour the showers are empty, which table has a clear sightline to every door. You start to understand the language, the way people communicate here, in half sentences, in looks, in the particular way someone moves aside or doesn't. You learn who has been here the longest. You learn who is leaving soon. You learn who to stay near and who to stay away from. And slowly, without deciding to, you start to adapt, not to accept, not to surrender, just to adapt. Because this is the thing nobody tells you about incarceration. The human mind is remarkable at finding a way to exist inside whatever container it's placed in. It doesn't mean it's okay. It doesn't mean you stop counting the days. But it means you wake up every morning and you find a way to get through it. One count at a time, one meal at a time, one ceiling at a time, until the number attached to your name, finally, runs out. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people go through those doors for the first time, each one carrying a sentence, each one arriving on a bus, watching the razor wire appear in the distance and feeling that stillness that nobody warned them about. Some of them come back out, some of them don't, and all of them carry something with them when they do, something that doesn't have a name, but changes the way they move through the world, permanently. If you want to keep going deeper, into the hidden levels, the classified lives, the systems most people never see, you know what to do. The next level is already waiting.